Good morning, students. In the previous class, we are learning about criteria for congruency of triangles. So let's move ahead with that concept only. One of the criteria is RHS. R means right angle, H hypotenuse, and S side. So RHS means right angle hypotenuse side. From the name, we can conclude that this criteria is used only for right angled triangle. It says that if in two triangles, two angles are equal and they are of 90 degree, which means they are right angle, then if their hypotenuse is also equal, we know in right angle triangle hypotenuse is the longest side, so and opposite to the 90-degree angle. So second condition, when their hypotenuse is equal, and then we can say that if any one side, other two sides are left, if any side of the triangles corresponding are equal, then we can say that the two triangles XYZ and RST are congruent to each other. So the three condition which we need here, that with right angle should be equal, or both the triangle is having right angle triangle, hypotenuse, the longest side of both the triangle should be equal, and the third condition which is equal is any one of the other side are equal, then the two triangles are known as congruent triangle. Got it? So here just recapitulation of what are the criteria we have learned. The first SSS, which means three sides are equal. Second, ASA, two angles and the included sides are equal. Third, SAS, two sides and the included angle are equal. Fourth, AAS, two angles and one side are equal. And RHS, in a right angle, hypotenuse and another side, one of the sides are equal, then the triangles are said to be congruent. So here we have 5 criteria for congruency of triangles. This year, a few concepts from the chapter 7 is removed from your syllabus, and those concepts are ASA and AAS criteria. These two criteria are not in your syllabus for this year. So the questions which are based on this are in exercise 7.1, question number 3, question number 4, question number 5 and question number 7. These are not in the syllabus. Also, triangle inequalities is removed from the syllabus. So exercise 7.4 completely removed from the syllabus. Got it? So we will not solve the question based on these two concepts, and it will not come in your exam also. Now let's start exercise 7.1. Now question number 1 says, in a quadrilateral ABCD, we have a quadrilateral ABCD, AC and BD are equal, and this AB bisects angle A into, so since it is bisecting, I told you bisect, the word itself means that dividing into two equal parts, which means that the angles on the both side are equal. We have to show that the above triangle ABC and the below triangle ABD are congruent. So as we know the rule, first of all we have to write the given, then we have to write the proof. After that we will do the proofing of the theorem question. So how we can say that these two triangles are congruent? So one pair it is already given, this second pair angle is given, and third we can see that a line AB or the side AB is common in both the triangle. So we can say by side angle and again side by side angle side, these two triangles are congruent. Then the question says what you can say about side BC and BD. Since the two triangles are congruent, all the other parts should also equal, and hence we will say BC and BD are equal by CPCT. So let's see how to write. We will write as, first we will write in triangle ABC and triangle ABD. It is necessary to announce which two triangles you are going to use and in which manner. Sometimes it happens that you take triangle ABD also in the first place. So it is better to announce which two triangles and which way you are taking. Then what are the parts we are taking which is given equal or which you have proved equal. So AB equal to AB, it is common. Now angle this is equal, both the angles are equal because AB bisect angle A and AC is equal to AD, it is given. So after three conditions, we know we need only three conditions for congruency. So these two triangles are congruent, and then we write the rule also by which rule it is congruent. After writing the three conditions by which we can say the triangles are congruent, we will write the triangles are congruent, and also we will write by which rule it is congruent. It is also necessary to write the rule by which rule it is congruent. And after that, since in the question they are asking about BC and BD, so we'll write BC and BD are equal by CPCT. I hope it is clear to all of you. So let's move to the next question. Now here it was given again ABCD is a quadrilateral in which AD this side AD is equal to BC, and angle DAB, this whole angle and this whole angle are also equal as shown in the figure. We have to prove, first we have to prove that triangle ABD, this triangle ABD, which is marked here with green, is congruent to triangle BAC, which is marked here as blue. Then we have to say BD is equal to AC. So we can see that BD and AC are corresponding part of the above triangle. So if we prove both congruent, we can write them equal by CPCT. Similarly, angle ABD is equal to angle BAC. That also we can prove by using CPCT. So the most important thing which we want to prove is that the triangles are congruent. So let's see in the figure what are the three conditions we can use to prove the triangle equal. So we know that this side is given equal, angle is also given equal. So two pairs are given, one more pair we need. Yes, correct, AB. The third side we will take AB, which is common in both the triangles, and hence the both triangles become congruent. So the same procedure you will use to write the things. First of all, you will announce what are the triangles you are going to take. Then you will write the three pairs, and then you will say that they are congruent and by which criteria. So here which criteria we are using? Okay, correct. This is side, so it will be side. Then we have second number angle, so angle. Then third number again side, so side. And the criteria which we are using is SAS. So first part, by this way we have proved it. Now second and third part we have to show that BD is equal to AC. So we will write BD is equal to AC by CPCT, and in the same way angle ABD is equal to angle BAC by CPCT. I hope you have understood and you can do this question proof on your own. Now again question number 6. Here we are given a figure which is little bit like a quadrilateral. Actually it is a quadrilateral with few constructions. Here it was given that line AC, this line AC and this line AE are equal. Okay, then we are given that line AB and line AD are also equal. Okay, got it. These two lines are also equal. Then we are given that angle BAD, this angle BAD is equal to angle EAC, this angle EAC. And we have to prove that BC, this side BC is equal to DE. We have to prove this. So again students, if we prove that triangle ABC, which is shaded here in green, is congruent to triangle ADE, which is shaded here in blue, then we can say that BC is equal to DE by CPCT. So first of all, let's find out what are the three pairs we will use. So if we take triangle ABD and if we take side AB, then side AB is equal to side AD of another triangle given. AB is equal to AD, it is given. So we will take this. Then another thing which is given is AC is equal to AE. So from first triangle we will take AC, and from second triangle we will take AE, and this also become equal. Okay, so two sides are equal. About third side we don't know. So using two sides we have a criteria SAS, which means now we need an angle which is in between the two sides. So in between the two sides, this complete is an angle from here to here. But we know that only this portion of angle BAD is equal to this portion. What about this portion of angle? Yes, this portion of angle is common to both, and if we add a common number to both sides of an equation, it remains same. So here in angle BAD, if we add angle ADAC, if we add angle DAC, it becomes BAC And same way, opposite right hand side also, if we add angle DAC, it becomes angle DAE. And so we come to know that the two angles which we need are equal. And if they are equal, then we can say that the triangles are congruent, and hence by CPCT side is also equal. So same here, it was taken. First we have proved that angle BAC is equal to DAE, and then the three conditions we have used in triangle congruent and its criteria, and after that by CPCT BC is equal to DE, and hence proved. Got it, students? Now question number 8. It was given that there is a right angle triangle ABC, and right angle is at point C. Here M is the midpoint of AB. Now C is also joined to M, and the same length it is produced to D. That is, say DM is equal to CM. DM is equal to CM given, and then D is joined to B. Now we have to show that triangle AMC. It's triangle, let's see. Triangle AMC. This triangle is congruent to triangle BMD. So already given, first of all we will mark whatever thing is given. We are given BM is equal to AM because it is M is midpoint. Then DM is equal to CM. This is also given. Now anything else we can say? Yes, we can say that in both the triangles, angle M is equal to each other because they are vertically opposite angles. So what we get here, we get the three conditions, three parts of a triangle which are equal, and they are forming again a pair of SAS. Hence by SAS these two triangles are congruent. Okay, so just you have to write all the things. First of all you will write given. Students, please don't forget to write given, then to proof, and after that only you have to write the proof. To proof, then proof. We know these two are vertically opposite angles. These two are vertically opposite angles, so they are equal, and then we have written all the required thing, and by SAS congruence rule the triangles become congruent. So your homework is to complete the exercise 7.1, whatever questions we have discussed in class right now. Those questions which are not in syllabus, that questions you don't have to do in your notebook. Thank you, students.